This is not just another broadcast. This is Frozen Apex TV, where racing is treated like the elite competition it is, where preparation meets pressure, and where nothing that matters goes unseen. We understand the sport because we understand the drivers, the commitment it takes to be here, the discipline behind every lap, the difference between sending it hard and sending it home. That's why we don't just follow the race, we break it down, corner by corner, battle by battle, from every angle that tells the real story on the track. While others catch the moment, we capture the meaning behind it. The dive bombs that change championships, the defensive lines that define careers, the split-second decisions made at 200 miles an hour. This is coverage built for leagues that demand credibility, for drivers who expect professionalism, and for competition that deserves respect. No missed action, no wasted shots, just pure, uninterrupted racing, delivered with precision. Freeze the moment, own the apex. Welcome to Frozen Apex TV. And welcome to Sonoma. Here we are in beautiful countryside of California. About a 2-mile road course, NASCAR short track, short course of Sonoma. We are in the first round of our playoffs here. And the boys and gals are just wrapping up their practice now. Should be pulling her in for heats here, or qualifying at any time. So how y'all doing? We've had quite a break from East Series stuff. We did get to do the All-Star race here. That was a lot of fun. Hope you guys liked that tuned into it. And we got some qualifying coming up. So who you guys pulling for in the chat? I see we've got some newer drivers joining the East Series. And this is playoff time. So let's see. They're just wrapping up the, trying to get everyone out on the track here. Let's take a look here at Jackson Fanistock in the 61 Little Caesars machine as he takes his out lap. A little interesting bobble there coming out of the turn. Jackson currently sitting 4th in points, looking pretty good. Just so you guys know, I believe there'll be 2 heat races tonight. And then there will be no cautions during the heat races or during the feature event due to it being a road course, and usually you can kind of get yourself collected before it's any danger to anyone, unless there's a real big wreck. You know, if they pile up into the first turn and half the field's involved, then obviously there will be a yellow thrown. So we don't have anyone putting up a lap time yet. Jackson trying to put down his first heater right now. See if we can watch his first lap, and maybe we can grab someone else's second lap. Austin Penrod in chat, but it says message retracted. Could be good, could be bad. Hope you're doing good tonight, dude. There we go. The first few laps coming in. Jacob Basemer, Matt Sisler, Stefan Ardell, Niles Davis, Alex Duchesne. Devin Mayfield knocks him down. Dylan Harris puts it fourth. Jackson is going to put it in sixth. All right. A peek over here at Zane Woods. Oh, announcer's curse right as we tuned in. He gets a little high, wide, and handsome there. Loses the car out from underneath him. Not something you want to see when you're qualifying, but you definitely don't want to see it in the race. So hopefully he's able to correct that, make a mental note of what not to do there or there. Maybe he'll have a better race. Sonoma is a tough track. There's a newer driver, Matthew Bruce, setting the car up in the sky. Pimax on the front of that car makes me wonder if maybe he's running some VR. That would be cool. Part of the newer formed Start and Park race team. Matt Sisler in the Three Birdies, number 93. Devin McIntosh in the Midway USA 74, still out there. Matthew Bruce again. John Santoro put in her P2. Number 12 Panasonic machine. Sharp-looking car, per usual. Another driver I don't recognize. Ryan McCall. It's like an old, who's that? Kenny Schrader throwback. Cool-looking car, but lone qualifier was set for 5 minutes, and that looks to have wrapped up. And here we go into your heat race number 1. As soon as they start gridding. Maybe. There they go. All right, on your pole, you've got Matthew Bruce starting P2, Matt Sisler. P3, Stefan Ardell. P number 4, Devin McIntosh. Dylan Harris going to roll off 5th. Russell Windsor rolling off 6th. Jackson Fanistock rolling off 7th. Niles Davis in 8th. 9th goes to Devin Mayfield. 10th is going to be Ryan McCall. Matt Morrison is going to be in 11th. Alex Duchesne is going to be 12th. James Lambert in 13th. Adam Beasley is going to be 14th. Philip LaFranca in 15th. Cal Deese rolling off 16th. Austin Wright is 17th. Jeff Yates in 18th. Evan Clapper 19th. Ty Weems in 20th. Alan Stegerwalt 21st. Dan Rybarchuk in 22nd. Joshua Dempsey 23rd. Andrew Nagy 24th. Let's see where I lost myself. David McCulloch starting 25th. Zane Woods 26th. Milo Novitz 27th. And Kyle Foster in 28th. Dakota Sidris 29th. And Austin Penrod rolling off 30th. So must be no heats jumping straight into the feature. I thought we were going to do some 2-lap heats. So must be not. I believe the boys are dishing out the penalties from the race at Iowa. Those that remember that. 1 second. I was going to read off the penalty sheet because that was so long I could probably talk about it the entire race. Give me half a second here. East penalties. There we go. All right, so penalties to serve tonight. I'm going to say their numbers. I'm not sure. I can't link everyone up per their number. Some of them are here. Some of them are not. So the number 05, 1 race suspension and a drive-through. The 08, end of line, which is unserved from prior weeks. Number 3, drive-through. Number 5, end of line, unserved from prior weeks. Number 9, end of line. Number 12, end of line. 17, end of line. 19, end of line, which is number 2 of 2, plus a drive-through, which is the first of 2. Number 20, end of line. 26, end of line, plus a 2-lap hold. 28, end of line. 29, drive-through. 35, end of line plus 1-lap hold. 37, 1-lap hold. 38, 1-lap hold. 45, end of line plus 1-lap hold. 54, 1-lap hold. 55, drive-through. 73, end of line, which is unserved from a prior week. 74, end of line. 82, 1 race suspension. 87, end of line, 1 of 2, plus a 1-lap hold. 88, drive-through, unserved from prior weeks. So, couple penalties here to dish out. Couple penalties here, so that's why we had a little bit of a, I don't want to say a slow start to get them fired off, but guys need a second to put all that through. There are so many penalties from Iowa and a couple from weeks past. So absolutely incredible the amount of jumble that happened at Iowa. A lot of these drivers are getting some penalties. Some of them have to go EOLs. And I'm not sure what the entire approach is. But, yeah, so if we start seeing some drivers drop back, they're probably just trying to get into the pits. So it's going to be kind of hectic here in the beginning until everyone kind of gets sorted. They have three laps to serve a penalty. So they got to figure it out in 3 laps on how to do a drive-through or whatever it is, a 1-lap hold, a 2-lap hold. So this is the first round of the playoffs, so pretty poor racing at Iowa is going to be some interesting start to the playoffs, but here we go, coming out of the final turn. Devin McIntosh, Matthew Bruce are going to lead us up and should be going green, I suspect. Pace car is in. And there's the flag. I wasn't sure where they dropped it at. Green, green, green here at Sonoma. Which I think, yeah, this is not the feature race. This is a heat race. It just has every car in it. So I'm not entirely sure how that all works. But anywho, Matt Bruce leading them through. Followed by Stefan Ardell, to very little surprise here. He's been known through the league as to be a road course warrior. Kind of a SVG, if you will. Learning how to win on ovals, unlike SVG. Is he better than SVG? I'll let you guys discuss that in chat. Looks like we may have had something happen. Alan Steigerwalt and possibly Dan Rybarczyk get into each other, maybe? So we're watching the 72 there, the blue car. So he may have crashed. Not seeing it here. Anna's right behind him. Oh, looks like Evan Clapper. Oh, okay, so a little bit there. So they more or less kind of got stopped, and a little bit of some clogged artery there on exit. You can see some cars are spinning around. Unfortunate for them. There are no yellows, so this is a heat race. Sorry, I thought this was the feature because everybody was in it. I thought we were going to do multiple heats, so my apologies for that. Niles Davis in the LMC truck. Kind of like the scheme. LMC truck. Their catalogs hold a near and dear place to my heart. Used to own an old Chevy and got some parts through that catalog. Pretty cool to see that on a car. Making me feel old though. Russell Windsor with a pretty cool looking car tonight too. Lot of pattern on that. Definitely dig the artistic approach. Looking pretty cool. Looks like Alan was able to keep that car at least going forward. He is in 11th. He's up 10 spots, so even though he got involved in that little scuffle, he still gained. He's up 10 spots. The biggest mover so far is Andrew Nagy here in the number 6 machine, up 12 spots. Oop, now 11th. Looks like Matt Sisler getting around him moving back one. But back up front, Matt Bruce, Stefan Ardell, fighting to start 3rd and 4th in the feature here. You can see Adam Beasley and Dakota Sidris are currently in the pits. Looks like Milo may have crashed behind these guys. There you go. There's a track map. It is a road course, so it's a little hard to kind of monitor where everybody is. But just for the reference, coming through the hairpin, the 21, the car that we are focusing on will be highlighted with the bright fluorescent green ring. Matt Bruce picking up the heat win, followed by Stefan Ardell, Devin McIntosh. Niles Davis, even though it said he may have crashed, he still picks up 4th. Dylan Harris in 5th. Russell Windsor 6th. Devin Mayfield is in 7th. And Matt Morrison is going to bring in your top 10. And that is going to conclude, I believe, our one and only heat race. I don't think we have any more drivers for another heat race, because that was 30 right there. We're going to grab Stefan Ardell here before the warm-up and see if he's got a second to talk to us. Let's see if we can get him in here. Stefan Ardell, how you doing tonight, buddy? It's Fred up in the booth.
Not too bad. How you doing?
Doing all right. Now, we declared you our road course ringer, or the East Series SVG. How do you feel about that?
Well, we got some new guys in the league that are pretty freaking quick, so I don't know if I'll be able to hold on to that title.
You don't think so? No confidence to start the race, huh?
Well, we got John Santoro. We got, let's see, hold on. Jake Bessemer, Matt Sisler, Matthew Bruce. Those guys are all substantially quicker than any of the other guys that I'm used to racing against on the road courses. So I've got some actual competition now.
Got some competition. So the last competition wasn't enough, so we had to go out and scout with like NIL money, like we're a college team, to scout some actual talent for you to go against, is what I'm understanding.
That's what it seems like. It's almost like people explicitly went out of the way to give me something to actually work towards.
Oh boy! So how you feeling
But
on
I like
Sonoma?
it. I hate this track. I can't stand it. I'm never comfortable. I've gotten my fastest times down to pretty good. Like my fastest in practice was a 1:14.6, so quick enough. But it and my brain don't like each other.
Huh? Yeah, it's myself driving on it. It's a tough track to kind of memorize where every little turn is, because there's not I mean, you have like the hard turns, but there's like a lot of like wiggle turns, like little S's and stuff all throughout, and you just have to set yourself up for them. And remembering all your points here is tough, plus the undulation of going up and down. There's a lot of hill in the track as well.
Yeah, the elevation is by far the most difficult part to get used to, because where you expect to have grip through a corner, you lose it.
Right.
And so you have to be really careful in some spots.
Yeah, and through qualifying and obviously through your heat race, we did see some drivers struggle, and it seemed kind of right after the crown of a hill or the crest of a hill, when the weight comes off that car and you're coming down the hill, it seems like that is kind of a hard beast to handle.
Yeah, if you don't have good throttle modulation, you're gonna struggle here. There's quite a few spots on the track where you're feathering the throttle.
Oh, for sure.
50 and 80% instead of just foot to the floor.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of guys, you know, when you're used to racing ovals, foot to the floor is kind of just the way that you do things in a lot of places.
For sure.
That's not the case here.
Yeah, a lot more finesse, because not only is it left and right, which is tough enough for a lot of drivers, it's up and down too. So, well, I think
I'm hoping I can be consistent enough that the guys that are really pushing those crazy lap times, they make a mistake and I can capitalize.
Yeah, and like we say it every week, but consistency is key, but especially able to hit in your marks on a road course. It's a 100%. Lot more important, I guess, here than, pushing a little bit in a turn on an oval where, a push here coming down a hill, you might be pushing right off the track and into a Jersey barrier.
Yep.
So, all right, well, I'm going to cut you free if you wanted to go run some warm up or anything like that. Anyone you want to shout out, thank, or say hello to?
Just my teammates for showing up. They're not the most confident on Sonoma, but they're still here, and it's nice to have my team with me.
Yep.
And of course, you for this kick-ass paint scheme. I decided to try to get the Fastbreads Wrap Chop scheme another win, rather than keep stacking them on the Butterfinger car.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate.
We'll see if the what's the word I'm looking for? Oh damn it! All right, well I can't remember what word I'm looking for.
It's all good, dude. All right, well, I'm going to send you back to your Titan Motorsports brethren, and I wish you the best of luck. You're starting 4th, so you should be ahead of the mess in the beginning. So,
fingers crossed.
have a good race, dude, and hopefully we'll be interviewing you here in an hour or two.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Brad.
You betcha. All right, that was Stefan Ardell. We were focused on his teammate here, Alex Duchesne, who is running in the 37, the Spirit Aviation Bose Top Hawk, part of Titan Motorsports there. They are teammates, but judging by his disappearance, I think it might be go time here in the desert. I don't know, is this a desert? I don't know if it's really in the desert, but it's Sonoma. It's California. Here we go. So let's get your starting grid. Starting tail, the number 64 of Dakota Sidrus. Starting in 31st, the number 29 of Adam Beasley. 30th is the number 31, Austin Penrod. 29th, the number 54, James Lambert. 28th is going to go to the 87 of Zane Woods. 27th is going to go to the 17 of Kyle Foster. 26th, Evan Clapper in the number 7. 25th, going to go to the number 26 of Milo Novitz. 24th, going to go to Ty Weems in the 44. 23rd, going to go to Cal Deese in the 35. Starting 22nd is going to go to the number 70 of Jeff Yates. 21st is going to go to the 61 of Jackson Fanistock. Starting in 20th, it's going to go to the 45 of Joshua Dempsey. 19th is going to go to Austin Wright in the number 2. 18th, going to go to the 91 of Dan Rybarczyk. 17th is going to go to the 37 of Alex Duchesne. We were just watching him. David McCulloch is going to roll off in 16th in the number 9 machine. Andrew Nagy in the number 6 going to roll off in your top 15. Philip LaFranca is going to fire off in 14th in the number 4 machine. And Matt Sisler is going to fire off 13th in the 93 machine. Alan Steigerwalt is going to be in the number 72 machine, firing off 12th. Ryan McCall in the 11th in the number 36. Matt Morrison in the number 43 is going to be breaking into your top 10. Devin Mayfield starting 9th in the number 28 car. Definitely a driver to be looking out for tonight. He won the Iowa race, our last race. I want to say last week, but he won our last race. Russell Windsor firing off from 8th in the number 20 machine. Dylan Harris in the number 24 going to be starting 7th. Niles Davis in the number 38 going to be firing off from 6th position. Devin McIntosh in the 74 going to break into your top 5 here. Stefan Ardell, who we were just interviewing, he's firing off from 4th in the number 92. Matthew Bruce in the number 21 is going to be starting 3rd. And your front row on the outside, you've got John Santoro starting in P2 in that number 12 car. And your pole sitter, fastest lap in qualifying, Jacob Basemer in the number 40, starting on the pole. Now, a lot of this lineup is going to change due to penalties. If you want to flip back in 20-ish minutes, you'll be able to catch what those penalties were. I would read through them, but we would be here for a ton. But maybe I can rip through them real quick. I see David McCulloch, one of our other admins. He has not loaded in yet, so we're not going to fire off the pace car until he's in. So I'm going to read through these real quick. If you're watching a specific driver, pay attention to their number, because these just have numbers, not their names. So we're going to try to just roll through this pretty quick. 05, one race suspension and drive-through. Number 8, 08, end of line. Number 3, drive-through. Number 5, EOL. Number 9, EOL. 12, EOL. 17, EOL. 19, EOL and a drive-through. 20, EOL. 26, EOL and a 2-lap hold. 28, EOL. 29, drive-through. 35, EOL, 1-lap hold. 37, 1-lap hold. 38, 1-lap hold. 45, EOL plus a 1-lap hold. 54, 1-lap hold. 55, drive-through. 73, EOL. 74, EOL. 82, 1-lap suspension. 87, EOL plus a 1-lap hold. And 88 is a drive-through. So there's a lot of penalties. Some of them are coming from prior weeks. Most of them are coming from last week. So, pardon the slight little bit of a delay here. It is just admins. All of those penalties I just read off, every driver that's here, they have to do them individually. So, they have to go through each driver, choose what their penalties are, and essentially hand that driver the black flag off the start. iRacing doesn't allow for custom starting positions or anything like that, so you can't say force someone that has an end of line to just start in the tail. You cannot set up the starting grid to how you would like it to be. So we have to do it manually. So we have a very good admin team here that are kind of busting their ass to make this happen. So if they need an extra 2 or 3 minutes to get us going, they're going to take an extra 2 or 3 minutes to get us going, because those are the guys that make the race happen and keep everything running as smooth as it can. And they're the ones that have the tough job of implementing the rules and making sure people follow them. So, hats off to those guys. And we are rolling at Sonoma. So who you guys got in chat? Let's see if we can get the poll going here. Start a Q&A. What wins? We do this every week. What do you think is going to win? Chevy, Ford, or Toyota? Show you guys where everyone's starting. Your top 9 is a Chevy. Top 9 Chevy. 10th, Philip LaFranca in a Toyota. And I believe Andrew Nagy is in a Ford in 11th. So, a lot of Chevys. Anyone that's a betting person, that's probably a safe bet, because top 9's your fastest drivers, at least here tonight, are all in a Chevrolet. Let's fire up some chat here. Who you guys looking out for? Who you guys want to see park it in victory lane? Who you guys rooting for? Hooting and hollering. Who you guys want to see wreck? Who do you guys want to see go around and junk it? Everyone might not have a favorite, but everyone has someone they don't like, or roots against, or a buddy that you just find the memes when they go around. All right, they found the start-finish line. The pace car has left chat. Let's see what these boys and girls can do here at Sonoma. We are green as we come up the hill into turn 1. We're going to try to keep an eye on what happens towards the back of the pack, because usually this first turn gets a little nutty. Looks like pretty clean. Maybe some people leaning on one another. Believe you say his last name is Bessemer. So Jacob Bessemer. I'll have to get with him to get the proper pronunciation. I hate screwing it up. And there are drivers that I still screw up. And I feel terrible for it. But trying to remember 32 cars on a track is, well, most of them are easy. Trying to remember specific last names is always interesting. Looks like Austin Penrod may have went around. Let's take a look at that. It's going to be right there in the NVIDIA number 31. Ooh, maybe just missed his braking zone. Maybe he didn't go around. We're also getting note that Dakota Sidrus may have crashed. Don't know why it... Oh, there we go. Okay, so he's supposed to be in the 64, but he's in the number 3 for some reason. Oh, and ooh, just lost her. Doesn't look like much damage as long as he gets her back on clean. Ooh, and Matt Morrison, he was up front. He went around, must be. He was running, I believe, in the 6th place spot. Let's see what happens. One looked okay there. 3DS's. Ooh, might have locked his brakes up. Lost the back of the car. Round she goes. And back to the lead here. Jacob Bessemer. Still leading us. Stefan Ardell was telling us he didn't have the most confidence because there are some, as he said, higher talented drivers. So we were picking on him, saying that must be the league used some NIL money like it's college. And got some talent. Because for those that don't know, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Stefan Ardell has won almost every road course we've been on this year, I believe. I think Matt Sisler may have won one of them. But definitely very consistent on the road. Very solid driver, turning the lefts and the rights. So, just got news that Kyle Foster may have crashed. Let's see here, the number 17 Reese's car. Take a look. Ooh. Just locked up the brakes, I think. Now, we may have something developing here of Andrew Nagy and John Santoro possibly coming together, racing each other. You're watching the white car and the black and yellow car. Showed both of them may have crashed. Whoa, Santoro kind of lost her there, upset that car a lot. Ooh, and may have just kind of misjudged the corner entry. So he got a little squirrely on the exit. Philip LaFranca, Jackson, and Dan Rybarczyk. I don't know if this is all... Oh, it might be. Because all 3 of them are right there. With the white hood. Oh, missed his braking point. Got into the back of the others. And around they go. Let's go back live for a moment here. Back up front, Stefan Ardell. Like he said, just kind of seeing if he can capitalize on an error, possibly. Jacob's quite new to the league. Obviously, he's pretty solid on a road course. He's leading it right now with 32 drivers. Can he withstand 60 laps? Can Stefan withstand 60 laps? You heard him say he's not very confident here. Matt Bruce is right there as well, another newer driver to the league. So interesting to see two newer names up front. Like to see that. It's good for these guys showing up, showing out. And it almost feels mandatory to have Matt Sisler running towards the front. That almost feels like it's like a rule of some sort that he has to be up there. And his teammate Alan right behind him. Nice to see them. I don't know if they're necessarily working together, but they definitely ain't hurting each other. Matt is up 9 spots. Alan's up 7. cars starting to get into some of the slower traffic. That could definitely spice up the race for the lead as well. As you can see, Stefan Ardell, a little bit of a bobble trying to get around Alex Duchesne there. Which for a second it looked like Matt Bruce might have been trying to capitalize on the lap traffic, but it didn't look like it worked the greatest for him. Andrew Nagy may have went around here. Let's take a look. He possibly went off track. Let's see here. Come out of the first turn. That was clean. Oh, may have gotten into the throttle just a smidge too soon. Honestly, I was going to say very fair save, but got into her a little too quick. He didn't seem like he lost too much. I don't think he lost too much time, honestly. That was kind of for the wrecks we're going to be seeing today, I assume that was one of the cleaner ones, I would say. Looks like Jackson's having a rough time, maybe. Looking like it. Pulling her into the pits. Looks like that car's got some damage. Not really sure what exactly happened, but this track seems to take a toll on a lot of drivers. Looking like Milo may have crashed, possibly. Into turn one, carrying a lot of speed there. Actually, that's a very good turn one. Ooh, swung her a little wide to get around Dan. Kind of misjudged the turn, locked her up, took her through the grass. Looks like no harm, no foul. Kept her going. Just a little miscommunication on the lead there. Or on the braking point, my apologies. As Jacob Bessemer has opened up a 3.5 second lead on Stefan Ardell. Ooh. Interesting. Looks like Matt Bruce may have crashed, and I see Stefan Ardell now in second. Let's take a look here. Oh, I thought he was in second. He is in third. Let's see what happens. Over the curb. Car looks a little loose there. Collects it. That looks fine. Coming in. Oh, it looked like he was going to possibly try to set up the dive bomb on Stefan, and that car just cut free. So, not a terrible, I wouldn't say he crashed by any means, but lost the car a little bit, trying to run Stefan for second, got a little too sideways. That's going to allow Stefan to have about a 2-second lead ahead of him, which is a good cushion for Stefan. Now, don't count out Matt Sisler. This man's pretty solid on a road course as well in the 3 Birdie Chevrolet. We have interviewed him a few times, and we've also he's kind of allowed to open that car up. He's allowed to try to make a run for the front now every race, so let's see what he can do. Looks like John Santoro in the pits. Looks like possibly some front end damage here. I don't see where he may have wrecked, but possibly some damage just out on the track. Where there's smoke, there's usually a car off the track. I did not see it. But I have a note that Joshua Dempsey may have went around, so let's see if that could have been it. It definitely looks like it's the same turn. I believe it is this turn, possibly. Yep, looks like a brake lock up. And around he goes. Good job keeping it off the track so the other drivers could get around him safely. Kudos to that, instead of just pulling it right back on in front of everybody. Just patient enough to wait a moment. So 50% of people in chat are thinking Chevy's going to take it. The other 50% are thinking Toyota. Let's take a look at where everyone is. Chevy's all top 9, followed by a Ford in 10th here, 1/6 of the way through. So no Toyota back until 12th. There's still time to change your vote. So Ardell has run a faster lap time. I believe he might have the fastest lap time that I'm able to see at the moment. But does he have continuous lap times to catch up to best? See, he is running a little less than half a second slower. You guys can't see it, but on my notifications that kind of lets me know when things on the track happen, it goes absolutely crazy. It is like this person drove off the track, this person come on the track. So basically, anytime someone rolls a little bit further than a curb, it notifies me. And if they go around or slow down too much, it'll say that they've crashed. And if we focused on every little bit of that, we would be only watching crashes. I did get a note that Andrew Nagy may have crashed again, and the only reason that I'm coming back to this, or going to this, is because I thought Stefan Ardell was right there, who was racing for second place. So I want to see if this affects him, our second place driver. Nagy coming in hard on the brakes. Yep, looks like he just little too much into the brake there. This turn has been quite a struggle for numerous drivers, not just Andrew Nagy, but numerous drivers have been having a hell of a time trying to figure out that turn. And as we interviewed Stefan, he said a lot of these turns are tough because where you should have traction, you don't. So here, the 87 is Zane Woods, letting us know that he may have crashed. Take a look here. Looks like he's coming down. Turn. It looked like he may have just missed his braking point. Had a little bit of a lock up there. Nothing too bad. That one was pretty clean. I wouldn't even say that was a crash at all. Maybe a flat spot on the tire, but I wouldn't say he crashed. So also, this notification system, it has a threshold that if a driver goes below a certain speed limit, it will notify me that they've crashed. So like you saw with Zane Woods there, it was kind of notifying me that he crashed, but that could be because he locked up and went too slow. Let's take a look here, see what Stefan Ardell is dealing with. Oh, and we got Kyle Foster sliding her around off the side of the track there. Let's ride a lap here with Stefan Ardell to see what he's doing to try to catch up to Jacob Bessemer. So you can hear the throttle control that he's working. He's not just hammer down like we were talking earlier. He's not holding it right to the wood. You gotta play smart. You gotta let the car kind of control where you go. Miles Davis went a little high there. Jackson's back on the track. Like to see that. A lot of these drivers are fighting for playoffs, so it's not like you want to just start and park it here. You actually want to try to complete the race, even if this isn't your most confident track. So now, riding with Stefan Ardell, you can definitely see the amount of undulation in the track, or the up and down. There's a lot of hill that the other camera angles don't quite pick up. So being on the roof here, let's hope. Okay. Being on the roof, you're able to see a lot of the hills that these drivers are dealing with. So he's got to make a move on Jackson there. Jackson gives him plenty of room, lets him by. And we're going to jump with Matt Sisler here. Hills, Michigan. In the Three Birdies number 93 machine. Fought his way up to third. Started 13th. He's up 10 spots. Quite a turn. That first big right-hander coming up the hill, and right at the top of that little hill is where your turn is. A lot of brake control, a lot of car control. Really testing the talent of these drivers. And now here you can see, out of this turn, right in here, where a lot of drivers are struggling. You come into this turn and it's flat, curb, kind of a little bit of a downhill to set yourself up here. And a lot of guys are, I think, confusing their braking pressures, because the last turn you were on, you're going up a hill. The next turn you're going to be on, you're going down a hill. So you almost forget how to brake on a flat corner, which is what you should be used to the most. Matt Sisler, 13.5 seconds off the lead. Definitely seeing what he's got here. Matt Bruce is in fourth. Oh boy, we might have a reasonably larger crash, possibly, involving Niles Davis, Ty Weems, and Austin Wright. Austin in the 2 machine, Niles in the 38. Niles on the uphill portion. Ooh, okay, a little squirrely. Catches it. Ooh, gets into Ty Weems, tries to dive her inside. Austin Wright locks her up to avoid the wreck. Good accident avoidance by the 2 machine. Niles sent her a little too hard. Got her into the back of Ty Weems. Showing Milo possibly crash. Milo Novitz. Kind of just catch up on our crash reports here. Milo in the number 26 Ghost Energy. Always cool looking cars. Ooh, did a little wall ride there. Rode that wall, not sure, must have gotten too close and it just sucked him in. Checking this one because I think 2 cars may have came together. Zane Woods and possibly Dan Rubarczyk. I don't see Dan, so this might be solo on Zane. Oh no, Matt Bruce. Wowee. Big hit. Was not expecting that. We have not had an actual, like, wreck today. Looks like Zane is there, and the 21 just kind of pushes up and through, driving the 87 hard into the wall. I can't confirm, but that may meatball him. That was a hard lick into the wall. Austin Wright just missing that one. Wow. Hard hit. Is he able to keep her going? No, he has to get the hook of shame. Unfortunate for the Zane Woods 87 machine there. We hate to see that happen. I don't know if that was a misjudge. Not leaving it up to me to make that call if the 21 center too hard, if the 87 was just slow, if the 87 moved, or the 21 moved him, but there was some heavy contact and the 87 got absolutely sailed into the wall. Very hard wreck. Very tough break. Back up front, Jacob Bessemer. Oh, contact with the 45. Don't want to see that with the leader. Joshua Dempsey, a little bit in the way. Sometimes you got to move some people if you want to keep leading a race, though. Fortunately, nothing bad came of that. I got a notification that Jeff Yates may have crashed. That's not something we see very often. Number 70 Ford machine here. Running up next to Milo. Not sure if they come together. Jeff throws her hard on the inside. Oh, humped the curb, locked the brakes. Oh, and just looped it. That's a tough one. Tough one there. Fully understand what the call was, but it's just a hard one to avoid. King Pork in chat. How you doing tonight, dude? As our leader pulling her into the pits here on lap 20. 1/3 of the race is completed. That, assuming, yep, that is going to give the lead to Stefan Ardell. As Jacob Bessemer is pulling her into the pits, Stefan Ardell is going to take over sole ownership of the lead here with about an 11-second lead over Matt Sisler. Assuming Bessemer is just pitting for some fuel and some tires. Can't believe that there'd be any damage on that car. As here comes your leader now, Stefan Ardell pulling her in. He maybe make up some ground through the pits. Matt Sisler pulling her in. I assume his teammate Allen is also going to pull it in. They stay on the same pit rotation. Allen coming in hot. Hopefully gets her slowed down enough. Should. Stefan Ardell has a super good pit crew. Ardell is on the exit out. I don't think he's going to be able to beat Bessemer coming out there. He is not. As Jacob reclaims the lead on the pit rotation. So now we are in green flag pit rotations. Not something we see often with the East Series, because usually it doesn't run green this long. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Don't get mad at me. Let's see. Devin McIntosh has moved up to second. But after his pit, Stefan Ardell's about 5.5 seconds behind Jacob here. Devin McIntosh currently running in second in the 74 machine. Gotta wonder what the tires are doing on that car. Has not pit yet. Assume he's going to be pitting here shortly. And not this lap. I thought he was going to do it, but he was not doing it. Stefan Ardell, a little late on the brakes there. Tough return, trying to get underneath the number 20. Russell Windsor. Lap traffic is now kind of spread all across the track. You can see, if you want to follow your favorite driver's number, you have the mini track map up. See, there's kind of someone almost everywhere. Still has not pulled her into the pits yet. And will not be pulling her in this time either. Definitely trying to play the longer game on that set of tires. Ardell looked like he wanted to try to make the move, but didn't quite have it there. Tough spot to pass in the uphill section. Try to pass there and remember your braking point. Ardell really trying to get around him. There he goes, down the pits now. Devin McIntosh finally pitting here on lap 23, coming to lap 24. We have second place back to Stefan Ardell, who now, after battling with Devin McIntosh, has to somehow try to find 11 seconds to catch up to Jacob Biesemer. I think at this point, Ardell and Matt Sisler, John Santoro are kind of hoping that Bessemer here maybe forgets a braking point, loses the car, spins out, does something. But he has been running a fantastic race this entire run. Don't think this is his debut. He's quite new to the series. Let's see. Check some notes here. Bear with me. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, this is his first race. It's looking like this is his very first race. Ooh, and we're showing that Austin Wright may have crashed. Let's take a peek back here. Oh, well, that's Mr. James Lambert. Yes. Let's see what the Austin Wright wreck could have been here. Possibly just looped her. He just went a little slow around the outside. We're showing Zane Woods may have crashed. I was almost certain that he might have been out of the race earlier on after that hard contact, but looks like he's still got a Mustang in the fight. Let's take a peek. Maybe just a little brake lockup. Could have just been going slow, letting the leaders around him. That could have triggered the may have crashed signal on my end. Just being respectful to the race leaders, the guys running up front. Like the Chevy here. Some Austin Wright may have won around that time. Sisler here currently running in the third place position. Ryan McCall in the 36th. And Schrader looking dry. Fighting for the 12th place spot. Levin Clapper just in front of him. And Steigerwald is in fifth. Whoa, Evan Clapper goes around. Ooh, and that collected, I believe, Alex Duchesne trying to get back there here. Let's get a little rewindy. Almost watched that one happen live. Let's take a look, see what happened. Him and Duchesne come together. It looks like the worst part of that is going to go to Dan. Hard up into the wall here, trying to avoid the wreck. Gonna make it mess worse. He drives the passenger side of that car into the wall. Looks like it's not going to keep going. Tough break for the 91, just trying to do the right thing and not pile into them guys. Ardell not really chipping too much into the lead. At points, he gets it under a 10-second. Really hoping, he is really hoping that Jake goofs up at one point or another, or someone goofs up for him. Is looking to be the only way that anyone's going to be able to even remotely catch him. An 11-second lead is pretty dominant here in California. Evan McIntosh trying to fight his way back up towards the front here. Currently in 6th. Currently have a tie for hard charger here. James Lambert in the 54 is up 14 spots. And Evan Clapper here in the 7 is also up 14 spots. Kind of a tie for hard charger at the moment. Just a little under halfway through this race. Looks to be Jacob Basemer's race to lose at the moment. Here with Matt Sisler. Pretty solid race so far here. Clapper got a little wide there. Hopefully no nerves. No nerves in play for the driver here running 3rd. Ooh, looks like Alan Steigerwalt may have crashed. Let's take a look here. Steigerwalt through. Driver out of Lansford, Pennsylvania. 72 here. Oh, locked her up. Ooh, hard around. Fortunately, no contact, but probably didn't want to loop her there. Running in the 6th place spot. Did it right in front of the leader as well. Uh-oh, a couple drivers all popped up saying they may have crashed. I wonder if we have a multi-car wreck here. Dylan Harris in the 24. Curb. Oh, him and Matt Morrison coming together. Austin Wright again sneaking around a wreck. Austin's been doing pretty solid this race, keeping that car clean in the number 2. I don't recall anything crazy happening. We're going to take a look here at your leader. I'm going to step away for just 1 second. Alright, we're back here. Just got word David McCulloch may have crashed. Let's take a look. We don't really focus a whole ton on him unless it's on an oval. He goes way around Zane Woods there. Through the S's. Ooh, lost her up into the grass. Oh, nosed her in. Heavy left front damage. Hard into the wall. That might be ending the night for the number 9 machine. Tough break. Tough break for sure. As Jacob pulling her into the pits here. what he gets from that first stall. Right side's up. Right side's down. Left side's up. Left side's down, and away he goes. 4 and on the floor, out of the pits, keeping his lead. Did something happen to the Stefan Ardell machine when I stepped away, possibly? Maybe not. What was I just looking at? Oh, okay. Maybe I was looking at that sideways. I thought Stefan Ardell was like 50 seconds behind. I thought maybe he had crashed or something, but I guess not. Jacob, clean pit, possibly the last pit of the race. 20 laps to go. He's cutting the race into thirds. I don't mind that approach. Easy to remember your braking or your pitting, especially when there is no yellows. Where Zane Woods may have went around, possibly with Dylan Harris. Not entirely sure here. Zane looks to be by himself. Well, Dylan Harris is behind him now, so let's see. Comes in, car with a lot of push, right side lock up the track. Dylan Harris gets a little squirrely, trying to keep underneath him. Back up front with the race leader. Uh-oh, looks like Matt Sisler may have had something happen here. Let's take a look at the 93 running with John Santoro. Possibly the use of a bumper here. Oh, I believe that's Joshua Dempsey in the 45. Set up a turn, and it looks like Sisler just didn't judge it correctly. Sisler went in on the low side. You can see the 45 coming in to make that apex as wide as he can. And I think possibly the 93 thought the 45 was going a little bit quicker, which upset the car. And then when he tries to get into the throttle through the apex, unfortunately the 93 loops around. Matt Sisler's going to give that spot up to John Santoro. He let Allen by as well. Devin McIntosh also got around him. And Sisler's back on track, but he's back down to 6th. Tough stuff. Strong lead still being held by Jake here. Cal Deese mowing the lawn. A lot of off tracks. Lots of off tracks. Bessemer has opened up almost a 20-second lead over second place is Stefan Ardell. Morrison here. Quite a number placement on the rear quarter. I personally am a fan of that. Definitely something on the more unique side. Cool looking car, for sure. Do need to step away one more time. I apologize about that. I'll be right back. I'm going to put you guys on the roof of your race leader here. Alright, got notice that Evan Clapper may have went around. Let's take a look here, see what transpired for Mr. Evan Clapper. Up the hill. Looks smooth there. Ooh, a little too hot into the turn there. Luckily, he didn't collect Santoro as well. Like Russell Windsor may have went around. Let's take a look there. That's not Russell Windsor. Ooh, looks like that car may already have some damage on it here. Not usually a driver that we see struggle. Definitely Sonoma's kind of kicking his butt, maybe. Yeah, just kind of lost her through the turn. Looks like Austin Wright says he may have crashed. Not sure if he did or found a slower spot in one of the turns. think he was just slowing for the leaders and allowing them to sneak on by underneath him there. Dave McCulloch in chat. That was fun. And it wasn't. It was a hard hit. Ryan McCall may have won around. Must just be triggering. Oh, no, he did go around. I was going to say, it must just be triggering. The car's going slow in that turn. But he did actually loop her there. Josh Dempsey also went around. Looks like Adam Beasley may have went around. Ooh, Josh Dempsey mowing the lawn. Not setting himself up greatest for that turn. Ooh. Yep, locks her up. Does a cool little drift going into that. And Adam Beasley, I don't know if we've looked at him much at all tonight. He's running a decent race. Currently scored 17th. A little bit off the track there. Oh, didn't get to see the contact, but that right front tire has seen some better days. Not what you want to see for the 29 machine. This number 40 machine has lapped everyone all the way up until 6th. Working on catching Matt Bruce, as he's only 4 seconds behind lapping the top 5, or into the top 5. With 9 to go this time. So Matt Bruce has run a 109, or he's 109 seconds. Sorry, 1 minute, 9 seconds behind Jake here, leading. But if we take a look at the last lap times, running about a second, a little less than a second slower. And he's running a 115. Beastmer's running a 115. Bruce is 111 behind him. Yeah, behind him. Might see him lap the top 5. He's just ahead, just right here in 5th place. this number 40 has been absolutely dominant. Alex Duchesne may have crashed. Lost her up in the grass into the first turn. Kind of a dangerous spot. I believe where he's sitting is kind of blind. Whoa. Yeah, good job backing her off the track into a little safer area. Good avoidance by the driver. Getting her out of the way. That is kind of a, right up on top of the crest of that hill, kind of a blind spot for other drivers approaching. So good job by Alex getting that car off the track so that way no one else smacked him while he was up there. Hype for Morrison in the chat. Currently running 8th. Solid finish. I believe this might be a debut for him. A couple new drivers we were talking about earlier. This might be a debut for Mr. Matt Morrison. Whoa. Almost some contact there between Matt Morrison and Austin Wright. That was pretty close. Newest member to Elite Motorsports in Superstar. Nice. Ooh, and showing Devin McIntosh may have crashed. Currently running 6. Let's see what this is. It's getting a pretty late race now. Maybe just a little bit of slow through the turn there. Oh no, looped her. Looped her on the exit. And big news, second place, Stefan Ardell. Showing he may have crashed. Still scoring him in second, so it may have not have been too bad. Oh, just missed the judgment of the turn. Half spun. Good job by Russell staying out of him there. Good accident avoidance. We are back live. 2 laps to go. I think it's pretty obvious who is pulling this one up unless something absolutely catastrophic happens. Dave, man, some Chinese sure sounds good right now. It is, man, it is. Dave, I'm going to send you a quick message. Dave, check your Discord when you get a moment. All right, coming to the white flag. All right, rounding the turn for the final time. Absolute dominant performance. The number 40, Jacob Bessemer. I gotta ask him in the interview how he say his last name properly. Ran one hell of a race. He may have led every single lap of the race here. Picking up the win at Sonoma. Looking pretty pumped in the car, doing some little slideys. P2, Stefan Ardell. P3 is going to go to John Santoro. Matt Sisler with a solid 4th. Matthew Bruce, 5th. Devin McIntosh. Going to be 6th. Alan Steigerwalt. Going to be 7th. Matt Morrison is going to round in the number 8th position. Dylan Harris in 9th. Assuming he gets her back on the track there. All right, Dylan Harris should be 9th. And Russell Windsor is going to be 10th. Now, let's see if we can find our 3rd place finisher in a chat here. I was just looking and I did not see him. I am not seeing 3rd in a chat. So I am not able to rob John Santoro. Oops, as he just doinked her into the wall there. I'm going to try to grab the second place finisher then, Stefan Ardell. We will move him up to the booth, get an interview post-race. Stefan Ardell, we talked to you earlier. We're talking to you again. Second place tonight. How you feeling?
Honestly, I'm happy with the second. I had absolutely nothing for Jacob. He was Sunday cruising. I was driving my tushy off. I couldn't do it.
He was the car to beat tonight and absolutely proved it.
Oh yeah, so qualifying, he qualified with a 1:14.6, I think, or 1:14.5, something like that.
Yep.
And that's as fast as my fastest lap on this track ever. So I was like, all right, well.
Yeah, that was
I'm just gonna try to finish in second, I guess.
Quite a performance. Yeah, you couple close calls that could have ended a race soon that we saw, but you're able to.
All right, so if I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you here, about 5 laps before my last pit stop, I had to go to the bathroom so bad.
Oh no!
It was so hard to focus the last half of that race. I had to go so bad.
That's hilarious. So quick pee break in the middle of the race, never hurt no one.
I was like, shoot, man, if I was having a worse performance, I'd have just parked it and gone.
Begging for your pit crew
second.
Begging for your pit crew to take their time.
Yeah.
So yeah, P2, solid finish. I mean, absolutely, that's looking good moving through the playoffs and whatnot for you.
First out of the chase pack, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take that.
Jacob's brand new to the league, so I believe this is his first event. So that'll be interesting to see how he develops here.
First and second in this race both won their first race in the league on a road course. Go figure.
Amazing. But
he took my hat trick from me though, so I think we got a bit of a rivalry. Gonna have to actually work to beat him next time.
Right. So, yeah, what was it like? I mean, we talked earlier, like the course was, it's obviously a tough track to race, but I think a lot of the toughness came from just running with a lot of lappers, right? I mean, you have a lot of cars that are just well off pace.
I did a open practice on Monday for everybody, and I set the track settings, the weather settings to cups settings.
Mm-hmm.
And the track temp on my practice session only ever got up to like 80 for some reason.
Okay.
The track temp right now is 92. So It was driving completely different than my practice session, and some of the corners that I had figured out, I had to re-figure out today.
Huh.
So, I don't know why my practice session didn't get, because the temperature, the air temperature in my practice was hotter than our air temperature in this race. So I'm not entirely sure what the heck happened there, but yeah, it was just like figuring the track out on the hotter temp. There was a couple spots where it just didn't have the same grip.
Right.
I had to be really careful on the throttle, which, I think I did a good enough job of that.
I would say so. I would agree with that. Yeah. We did touch on that. You mentioned that in the pre-race interview was a lot of throttle control, and we did a roof cam on top of you where you could hear your engine and just how much finesse you're putting into your right foot.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool to be able to hear a lap riding on the roof of the 92 machine.
I'll have to go back and watch that. That does sound cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But
I think that's the biggest downside to racing is that I can't watch the race.
yeah, you'll have to watch their broadcasts and study where you might have went wrong a couple spots.
Oh, yeah, I know. The what was it? 5 laps to go, 4 laps to go. I spun going into turn one.
Oh, geez, yeah,
That was
yeah,
rough. I
yeah, and
finally hit that like sweeping left-hander going up into the uphill the way that I wanted to,
yep.
the way that I've been trying to all night. I was like, oh my God, I finally got it. And so I just drove it like I did in the practice, and I lost it at the top of the hill. I was like, yeah, okay.
And when you spun there, you might owe a beer to Russell Windsor because I think he was coming up the hill and he could have annihilated you, but I think he must have just saw you start to spin,
Yeah,
and he was
yeah,
able
I
to
saw that
avoid
too.
that.
I think I might have. Did I make it out of there with a 0x? I think I might have. I don't think I
That's
got a loss of
crazy.
control for that.
Yeah,
So that's my first 0x in a few weeks.
nice.
Well, aside from, the 3-week break where we didn't race.
Right, right. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna send you back down to your Titan Motorsports team. Congrats on the P2, brother.
Thank you very much, Fred.
You are very welcome, sir. All right, Stefan Ardell in P2. We're gonna grab Jacob here, move him on up into the booth. Jacob, it's Fred up in the booth. You got a copy on me.
Hey, Fred, I gotcha.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, it's nice to meet you. What better circumstances, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't have planned it out better myself.
I guess so. Welcome to the league.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so this was fun. I mean, by far, you were the most dominant car out there, winning the race with a 37.6 second margin. That's incredible. You ran a very, very well Sonoma. Do you live here? Is this your route to work every day? You drove it like it was a Sunday drive.
No, I swear it's not. But this is my favorite thing. My favorite discipline is road course racing. So this is what I do the most of. I'm still trying to learn on the oval side. So yeah, I think it was a good race on my part. I almost blew it in turn one. Locked up all fours, getting into actually turn two there, the first right-hander. But that was. After that, they were battling behind me, and I kind of just put in cruise control, saved tire, and away I went.
Yeah. For a while, you had a couple guys looking like they wanted to battle, and then it was kind of right after that first pit rotation, it was just you checked right out, and that was basically the race right there.
Yep. Steven's race pace was really good. I knew Matt. Matt's my teammate, Matt Bruce.
Yep.
He's pretty quick.
Yep.
I knew John Santoro. He was going to work his way through the field after getting some EOL, so... It was a pretty good field. They definitely made me work for it. That was a very long race, but it was a good one.
Yeah. Some notable names, like you said, Stefan Ardell, John Santoro, Matt Sisler. They're usually top running guys as it is, especially on road courses. They're all well adapted to the right-handers as well. So I interviewed Stefan before the race, and we were joking that the league got some NIL money to recruit some talent to give him someone to race against, and it looks like we found him, huh?
Yeah, it was John Santoro and Sam are the ones to blame. They we're all from General Motors. There's a few of us that all came over recently, and we're happy to be a part of this great league. It's a very well-run league, and we're happy to be here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm an admin on the east side as well, so it's fun to watch. It's fun to meet all the new guys and kind of be part of the development journey and process on my side, along with broadcasting it for all of you guys. So it is a lot of fun. Most of the guys, everyone gets along pretty well. We'll get a little bit of smack talk here and there after some big wrecks, but
Nice.
nothing too terrible. So usually pretty tame for the most part.
Nice.
But I wanted to congratulate you on your first win, and your first race, and first time the people are hearing your name through Superstar ARCA East. Is there anyone you want to shout out or thank or throw some shade at or anything?
No, not really. Just shout out to you, Fred, for doing a broadcast. I think it's awesome that you're helping kind of show off some of the East talent that's going on.
Yeah.
Thanks to all the admins for running the league. And that's about it. Thanks everyone for watching.
All right, for sure, dude. And again, congrats on picking up the win.
Thanks, Fred.
Yeah, for sure. Let me get you back down to your team here. You can go pop champagne and celebrate.
Already started.
All right, and that was Jacob. Oh, I forgot to ask him how to say his last name. We'll have to catch him next week. So, all right. Well, next week, we're looking like we're going to be going to Homestead Miami Speedway. So, that's going to be fun. We're finishing out the season on ovals. I feel like we get a little bit better views on the ovals, but that's all right. We got to appreciate the road courses as well, even though they are a little bit of a grind. This was definitely fun. Definitely a good race. We always like Sonoma. But next week, we got Homestead, followed by New Hampshire, Charlotte, Auto Club, then the championship at Texas. So only a handful of races left this season. We are in the playoffs. And Stefan Ardell going to be getting some good points here for his playoff run. So with all of that being said, thank you all for tuning into Frozen Apex TV, and we will catch you all